People. It's your girl, Cameron, also go by Cam. So, if you're new to this channel, just to let you know, I'm a resident in counseling. I provide psychotherapy, and so that's what I do. I currently provide psychotherapy at a crisis stabilization unit. So what that looks like is we're the step down from the hospital. And obviously, the hope is always that one doesn't have to go to the hospital, but we're kind of like that last resort. So within 5 to 7 days, our job is to stabilize someone so that way they can return to their community. And if not, by chance that we aren't able to stabilize them, um, then of course they would have to be escalated to a higher level of care. So excited to have you all back here. If you remember last time, I had let you all know, didn't know the day. I don't like really committing to days because my days can look so different. Like this past weekend, I really wanted to be on a lot of the lives, but I was working. So some of you may have noticed that I just kind of stepped in and was like, salute, blessings, blah, blah, blah. And then I had to be out, right? Anyways, um, so today I do want to give a special shout out and just show so much love for the Queens and y'all support. So the first one, and I have been saying your name so backwards. I was always saying shower. Yeah, I was calling you shower. And then all of a sudden I started hearing other content creators saying they're like Shawa. I'm like, oh man, I had that joint all jacked up. So my beautiful sis Shawa, my beautiful sis Tay Tay, beautiful sis Sugar Free, and to the beautiful sis both Boxiana as well as Nick J. Y'all definitely go check them out. All of those content creators are amazing. And let me tell you, I be learning some stuff, y'all. Like I told y'all before, I mean, I used to consider myself a boxing casual until I saw some others, and I was like, nah, I'm a little above that, right? So, anyways, I did just want to show some love to the queens, my beautiful sisters. I also wanted to just thank all of you who come here and just drop comments. Um, you like the content, you leave a message. I really appreciate that. Some of you even share the video, and I'm just really appreciative. You know, I'm hoping that it's always something in there that maybe you can take, even if it's not for you personally, it might be for someone that you know. So, anyways, let's get to it, right? So last week we're still exploring that inner child. And last week we actually did an exercise where we actually started thinking and trying to imagine that little boy or that little girl, right? We then, after we got through that, we were like, you know what? This can be a little distressing, right? So we're going to contain it. And so then we did a containment exercise and we ended with that safe space using bilateral stimulation in order to kind of decompress and just relax ourselves. Okay. Now, today, this is one of my favorite parts of exploring the inner child. And that's really now totally embracing your adult self and who you are now, who's fully capable of giving that younger self all that he or she really needed, telling him or her, how much you love them, telling them that which they didn't receive, the nurturing that they needed, right? The love that they needed extended to them, the understanding that they needed. So many times when we think about our younger self, we think about it from an adult perspective. And so then we end up placing adult responsibilities on that child. I hope that makes sense, right? So for those of you who may have experienced something traumatic, the adult part of you may say, oh, but you should have fought back. You could have done more. Could you? You know, those are the moments where I say that we're giving adult responsibilities and expectations to a child. And so when we reframe it and we shift the way that we think about it, we now can, as our adult self, say no. No, they didn't deserve that. Right? And it's not to actually blame. Now, in some circumstances, if a parent was wrong, they're wrong because it is a such thing as right and wrong, right? But in a lot of instances, they were doing just what they thought was the best thing to do. Remember, I always end every video with, we're all doing life for the very first time. And so that can obviously go into a whole nother video as far as our parents would have been doing what they had been raised to do by their parents, and on and on and on, right? So even in those times, we want to extend grace where it is needed, right? If it doesn't deserve it, don't give it. But in some circumstances, we forget that even our parents or our guardians or those who raised us, we're also doing life for the very first time. So just a different way to approach it. My challenge to you all is I would love for you to journal and just write a letter to that younger self. So what does that look like, right? That means that it's gonna say, dear whomever, right? For me, when I was younger growing up, yeah, some people call me Cameron, others call me Cammy, right? I didn't start being called Cam or Killer Cam until Cameron, the rapper came out, and then all of a sudden that was a whole nother thing. But yeah, you want to start out, if you had a nickname that you liked, you put that there, dear so-and-so. And when you write to this younger self, you don't want to write around it. What I mean by that is you don't want to write in a way where it's like, dear so-and-so, I understand it was hard, no. Think about how you would speak to a child in a way that they understand. Not as you being an adult. You wouldn't talk to a child the same way. Yeah. You may say something as simple as, dear so-and-so, I know you were scared, but you don't have to be afraid anymore. I can protect you now. Dear so-and-so, I know you did the best you could. You were trying so hard to make everybody happy. You just wanted them to see you. You just wanted to be told that you were doing a good job. You just wanted that approval, right? You wanted to be noticed. Well, I see you. I'm your adult self, and I see you. I value you. I validate your feelings. I don't judge them. I validate them. Dear so-and-so, it's okay for the moments you cried. I know you were told that you might have been a crybaby, or you whined too much, or, oh, that's not what men do, right? But as your adult self, I'm telling you, it's okay. As your adult self, I have learned that even as a grown male, adult man, or grown woman, right? That it's all right to have feelings. And it's okay those times when you just can't contain them. That's just a part of having a human experience. And when whomever told you that it wasn't, that's because maybe that's all they knew, right? I want you to write that letter. It doesn't have to be long, and, don't overthink it. Don't. Doesn't have to be this essay or anything like that. But you do want to be intentional. If you're intentional with this letter, you can now start to heal that younger self. Well, in turn, you're going to feel the healing take place in your adult self. I challenge you to it, right? And I would love to hear in the comments just how that exercise went for you. You know, I'm not looking for details. It's just, I would love to hear how that played out for you. And if you want to take it a step further, right? Read it aloud. That can really be like have so much impact on your life, because what you're doing is you're now saying the words aloud, you're hearing it, and the brain is processing it. And that can really have great positive impact in your life going forward. You know, so I appreciate you all. And I do have another portion of this. Didn't want this video to be too long. The biggest thing for me was to definitely show my appreciation to all who continue to show their love and support towards me. And to just let you know that I appreciate each and every one of you. So write that letter. You got it. Write that letter and let me know just how that works out for you. I'm excited. You know, a part of evolving is that growth portion. We don't want to just go through stuff. We want to grow through it. I hope all of you continue to have a wonderful weekend, a week. Yeah, we're out of the weekend, definitely. Yeah, y'all can see I'm still stuck in that work mode. I do hope y'all have a great week, and I'll see some of y'all in the YouTube streets. Just remember that we're all doing life for the very first time. Blessings to all of you. Bye.